Hello people, welcome back to my channel. So today I thought I would redo the sorting hat quiz. This isn't me saying that I no longer want to be a Hufflepuff, or I want to try and get into another house, or to prove that I'm a Hufflepuff. This is just a bit of fun. There's this website that has all of the questions that you're asked on Pottermore. On the top of the quiz there are the 4 Hogwarts house crests, and as you answer each question in the quiz, the percentage for each of the houses goes up. So you can see how each question you answer in the quiz changes the percentage of each house, and you can also see not just what house this quiz thinks you're in, but also what your secondary house is and your third house, and you know, the percentage of you that's in each of the houses. So yeah, I just thought this would be interesting. I haven't actually done a proper sorting hat quiz on this channel before. I did a what is my Hogwarts hybrid house, which you can see by clicking the card if you haven't seen it already. But apart from that, I never sorted myself on camera. So, you know, I thought it'd be fun. You guys can see what I would answer in these questions and you'd get to know me a bit better. Let's get on with the sorting. If that sounds good to you, then don't forget to leave a like. And if you're new to my channel, then why not subscribe to join my little magical corner? Right. Let's get on with the sorting. So I'm on the website, I'm using my phone because it's just easier for me. The extended sorting hat quiz, I will leave a link to the quiz down below in the description if you'd like to try it as well. This extended version of the Pottermore sorting hat quiz takes into account every single quiz question in order to determine your house accuracy. The grading scheme that is used is exactly the same as in Pottermore. You can click the house crest to show or hide the percentages, but I want to keep them running. I think that'd be more interesting. Okay, so dawn or dusk? Dawn is like the beginning of a new day. Dusk is saying goodbye to a day that's been. I think I like dawn actually. I like the whole idea of starting afresh, starting a new day, you know, even though I don't like getting up early. In theory, you're meant to be fresher and less tired in the morning than you are at night, and I certainly am. So yeah, I'm going to go for dawn. Oh, 50% Gryffindor or Ravenclaw for that one. Next one is forest or river. I love being in the forest or in the woods. I found a woods the other day when I was on a bike ride with Scott, and you know, there was just bluebells everywhere and it just looks so pretty and magical, and you know, that's what I love about forests. They just seem so magical to me. Yeah, definitely. Has to be forest. Moon or stars? Well, every time I see the moon, although I love looking at the moon, it's a pretty thing and all this stuff, but every time I see a full moon I instantly think, oh, the werewolves are out, and I just feel sorry for all the werewolves that have to transform. I love stars. You know, stars for me are so much more fascinating because you don't know how far away they are, you don't know how long they've lived, and each star constellation has a story and has a name and all this stuff. So yeah, definitely stars. Which of the following would you most hate people to call you? Ordinary, ignorant, cowardly, or selfish? My answer straight away was selfish. I'd hate to be selfish. Ordinary, I don't mind being ordinary. Fading into the background, that's my kind of life. You know, I don't like to stand out. Ignorant, again, isn't a nice one. Cowardly, I'm a coward. I get scared going out on my own. I don't like that about myself, but I don't hate it. You know, it's just who I am. It's something I have to deal with. I hate the idea of people calling me selfish. Neck and neck, Hufflepuff and Ravenclaw, but Gryffindor is still a little bit in front at the moment. 0% Slytherin. After you have died, what would you most like people to do when they hear your name? Miss you, but smile. Ask for more stories about your adventures. Think with admiration of your achievements. I don't care what people think of me after I'm dead. It's what they think of me now when I'm alive that counts. Yeah, I do care a lot about what people think of me now. If I ever get the impression that someone doesn't like me, or if someone's got a problem with me, if I've done something wrong, even if I haven't, it kind of preys on my mind, and I hate that. It's not that I want to be popular and everyone to love me and everyone to like me, but if people dislike me, I want it to be for a valid reason and not because they don't know me, you know? Like, I've had people saying that they thought I was just grumpy when they first met me, but it wasn't that I was grumpy, it's because, you know, I'm just naturally a quiet, anxious person. I'm not like a bubbly, chatty person, and I feel like that doesn't come across to people, and people just get the negative impression of me straight away. I do care about what people think about me, but I would care what people thought about me after I went, you know? Miss you but smile. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. Miss you but smile. Oh, Hufflepuff is now neck and neck with Gryffindor at the front. Okay, this is going well, guys. How would you like to be known to history? The wise, the good, the great, or the bold? I'm not wise, definitely not, and I'm not bold, definitely. And I'm not great. So by process of elimination, and the one I would choose anyway is the good one. Yes, now Hufflepuff is in front. Given the choice, would you rather invent a potion that would guarantee you love, glory, wisdom, or power? Definitely not power. Because, you know, with great power comes great responsibility, and I don't want that responsibility. Glory? No. That just makes me think of eternal glory that you get from winning the Triwizard Cup. No, I don't want anything to do with that. Wisdom would be good. It would be good to have wisdom, to be smart, and, you know, not to be the blonde one or have a blonde moment, which I have all the time. I'm not a very wisdomy person. Love is the greatest feeling in the world. It's the greatest power in the world, isn't it? If everyone just loved each other, wouldn't the world be a better place? Once every century, the flutterby bush produces flowers that adapt their scent to attract the unwary. If it lured you, it would smell of a crackling log fire, the sea, fresh parchment, or home. I do love the smell of paper. I love just getting a book and just like flipping over the pages and just smelling it. Cracking log fire, I prefer looking at it and hearing it rather than the smell of it. The sea, again, I love the whole atmosphere of being near the sea. I love watching the waves and hearing the waves. That's such a calming sound for me. So again, it's more about sound than smell for me. I don't really know what the smell of home would be like, but if I smelt something and the smell reminded me of home, then that would definitely be very tempting. I'm gonna have to go for home, I think. There's no place like home. Feeling the Hufflepuff love, guys. 4 goblets are placed before you. Which would you choose to drink? The foaming, frothing, silvery liquid that sparkles as though containing ground diamonds. The smooth, thick, richly purple drink that gives off a delicious smell of chocolate and plums. The golden liquid that's so bright that it hurts the eye and which makes sunspots dance around the room. Or the mysterious black liquid that gleams like ink and gives off fumes that make you see strange visions. Okay, definitely not the last one. Definitely the chocolate and plums one. I love the taste of chocolate and I love plums. So that is definitely the one I have to pick. Definitely. Smooth, thick, rich purple. Oh, my mouth is watering just thinking of it. Give me a recipe for that drink. I'd like to try it. 58% Hufflepuff, 17% Ravenclaw, 25% Gryffindor, and still 0% Slytherin. What kind of instrument most pleases your ear? The violin, the trumpet, the piano, or the drum? Not the drum. Definitely not. The violin, I do like the violin. It's very calming. It's one of the best instruments, I would say. The trumpet, again, very loud, very in your face. Or the piano, again, it could be both actually, the piano. It could be really like quick, fast pace and get your blood pulsing, or you can also get really nice, calming piano music. But ultimately, I think I'm going to have to go for the violin. I think that is definitely the most pleasing instrument out of that list. Oh, guys, we've gone and done it. We've got 8% Slytherin. I don't know what part of that is Slytherin-y. But yeah, there we go. I've got a little bit of Slytherin in me. I knew I did. You enter an enchanted garden. What would you be most curious to examine first? The silver-leafed tree bearing golden apples, the fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other, the bubbling pool in the depths of which something luminous is swirling, or the statue of an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye. The silver tree bearing golden apples would be really cool. Would be really nice. The bubbling pool, definitely not. The statue of an old wizard with a strangely twinkling eye, no, that would freak me out a bit again, I think. Fat red toadstools that appear to be talking to each other. I would like to hear what they're saying, and that would intrigue me. I would definitely want to examine that first. 4 boxes are placed before you. Which would you try and open? A small tortoiseshell box embellished with gold, inside which some small creature seems to be squeaking. The gleaming jet black box with a silver lock and key marked with a mysterious rune that you know to be the mark of Merlin. The ornate golden casket standing on clawed feet, whose inscription warns that both secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lie within. The small pewter box, unassuming and plain, with a scratched message upon it that reads, "I open only for the worthy." I never feel like I'm worthy enough for anything, so the last one has got to be out for me. Secret knowledge and unbearable temptation lie within. Unbearable temptation, that's the one that's making me want to avoid that one. The gleaming jet black box with silver lock and key. That would be cool because it'll make me feel like maybe it's going to unlock kind of like magic, but it also could be something like Pandora's box. And, it could be locked for a reason. The small tortoiseshell box embellished with gold inside which some small creature seems to be squeaking. Well, if there's a small creature inside squeaking, the 2 things cross my mind. The first one is that little innocent, harmless creature scared, trapped, need to get out? Or does it just sound like a little innocent, harmless creature, but if you open it, it's more like that creature that attacked Jacob in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, and it's just gonna claw my eyes out or something. The thing about all of these boxes is the not knowing what's inside them. It's a small tortoiseshell box, right? It's a small box, so it's not gonna be like a large dangerous creature, you would think, unless of course there's an extendable charm on it, or maybe it's an occamy inside. But I think that might be the least dangerous for me. A troll has gone berserk in the headmaster's study at Hogwarts. It is about to smash, crush and tear several irreplaceable items and treasures. In which order would you rescue these objects from the Trolls Club, if you could? The 3 items are a perfected cure of dragonpox, student records going back 1,000 years, or a mysterious handwritten book full of strange runes. The mysterious book full of strange runes, for me, I think would be the least important, so I'll put that one last. The cure of dragonpox and student records, I think I'll put the cure of dragonpox first because it's a cure for a disease, and the student records second because that is important and it would be good to keep that, but it's not for me as important as the cure for dragonpox, so yeah. I'm going to go for that. Which of the following do you find most difficult to deal with? Hunger, cold, loneliness, boredom, or being ignored? I can deal with boredom quite well. I don't like being cold, but as long as you just keep moving, just go for a walk or run about or just get loads of blankets piled up on top of you, you're going to warm up. You're always going to find a way to warm up. I don't like being hungry, but if I just distract myself from the thoughts that I'm hungry, distract myself from food, then I can deal with that quite well. Being ignored is very annoying, but it's, again, something I can deal with. Compared to the others, loneliness, definitely. I don't like being lonely. 58% Hufflepuff still at the moment, and now only 5% Slytherin. 26 Gryffindor, 11 Ravenclaw. Which would you rather be? Envied, imitated, trusted, praised, liked, or feared? Okay, I don't want to go on forever explaining why I would or wouldn't like each of these. This is a no-brainer for me. I'd like to be liked. If you could have any power, which would you choose? To read minds, invisibility, superhuman strength, speak to animals, change the past, or to change your appearance at will. Reading minds is something I've always been really interested in, especially with the whole fear of what people think of me, like I said earlier. But then that could be really bad because people could be thinking really horrible things about you or someone that you like or someone that you love. Invisibility would be so cool and it's one of my ultimate favourite superpowers. Superhuman strength, not interested. Speak to animals, again, would be so cool. If I just knew what that animal said, I'd be Dr. Dolittle. That would be so cool. To change the past, definitely not. I would never like the power to change the past because that would have such a detrimental effect on not just your life but everyone else's around you. Change your appearance at will. Well, that would be really good. But out of these, I'm going to go for speak to animals. Although invisibility would be really cool and, adds to the whole I want to just blend in, like I said earlier. Just blend in. Yeah, I'd rather just speak to animals because that would be so cool. That would be so cool, yes. What are you most looking forward to learning at Hogwarts? Apparition and disapparition, transfiguration, flying a broomstick, hexes and jinxes, all about magical creatures and how to befriend or care for them, secrets about the castle, or every area of magic I can. That's a no-brainer again for me. Everything. Absolutely everything. Which of the following would you most like to study? Centaurs, goblins, merpeople, ghosts, vampires, werewolves, or trolls? In my own situation, my own world now, where no magic as we know it exists, I am mostly interested in ghosts. I think they exist. I feel like I have experienced seeing ghosts or spirits or whatever you want to call them. I'd love to go to like abandoned haunted houses and asylums and all that stuff. I'm really interested in all that stuff. So yeah, I'm going to go for ghosts. You and 2 friends need to cross a bridge guarded by a river troll who insists on fighting one of you before he would let all of you pass. Do you attempt to confuse the troll into letting 3 of you pass without fighting? Suggest drawing lots to decide which of you will fight? Suggest that the 3 of you should fight without telling the troll? Or volunteer to fight? I won't be volunteering myself because I would fail miserably. I'm not very good at confrontation. I would rather not fight or have any of my friends fight. I would rather try and pass without fighting. Half of my entire votes are Hufflepuff. One of your housemates has cheated in a Hogwarts exam by using a self-spelling quill. Now he has come top of the class in charms, beating you in second place. Professor Flitwick is suspicious of what happened. He draws you to one side after his lesson and asks you whether or not your classmate used a forbidden quill. What do you do? Lie and say you don't know, but hope that somebody else tells Professor Flitwick the truth. Tell Professor Flitwick that he ought to ask your classmate and resolve to tell your classmate that if he doesn't tell the truth, you will. Tell Professor Flitwick the truth. If your classmate is prepared to win by cheating, he deserves to be found out. Also, as you are both in the same house, any points he loses will be regained by you for coming first in his place. You are not to wait to be asked to tell Professor Flitwick the truth. If you knew that somebody was using a forbidden quill, you would tell the teacher before the exam even started. I think I would tell Professor Flitwick that he ought to ask my classmate and tell my classmate that if he doesn't tell him, then I will. I think that would be the best one all around because I don't want to tell on someone else. I don't want to have that responsibility. A muggle confronts you and says that they are sure you are a witch or wizard. Do you? Ask what makes them think so. Agree and ask whether they'd like to see a free sample of a jinx. Agree and walk away, leaving them to wonder if you are bluffing, or tell them that you are worried about their mental health and offer to call a doctor. I think my first gut instinct would be to ask them why they think that, but I'd like to just agree and walk away. But yeah, I'd be on the defensive and be like, why would you say that? Why do you think that? So yeah, I'm going to go for that. Which nightmare would frighten you most? Standing on top of something very high and realising suddenly that there are no hand or footholds, nor any barrier to stop you from falling. An eye in the keyhole of a dark, windowless room in which you are locked. Waking up to find that neither your friends nor family have no idea who you are, or being forced to speak in such a silly voice that hardly anyone can understand you and everyone laughs at you. The last one, although that would be humiliating, I don't really care about. Waking up to find that neither your friends or family know who you are. That would be very scary. I've always thought that my deepest fear would be just to be completely alone, to have no one care about me, although there are some times that I think that about myself anyway, that no one cares and whatever. Sorry for the dark moment there. But that is something I worry about. Standing on top of something very high, I'm so scared of heights and I wouldn't know how I was going to get down. That would be absolutely terrifying. The keyhole thing, I don't actually have bad dreams very often, but when I do, I usually know it's a dream and I just go along with it. Is that weird? I'm going to go for the third one. Yeah. I think that would worry me the most. Which road tempts you the most? The wide, sunny, grassy lane, the narrow, dark, lantern-lit alley, the twisting, leaf-strewn path through woods, or the cobbled street lined with ancient buildings? I'm going to go for the leaf-strewn path along the woods because, as I said earlier, I like the woods and forests and all that stuff. So yeah, Gryffindor's slowly creeping up. Late at night, walking alone down the street, you hear a peculiar cry that you believe to have magical source. Do you proceed with caution, keeping one hand on your concealed wand and an eye out for any disturbance? Draw your wand and try to discover the source of the noise. Draw your wand and stand your ground, or withdraw into the shadows to await developments while mentally reviewing the most appropriate defensive or offensive spells should trouble occur. Definitely not the last one. I think I might just proceed with caution because even though it has a magical source, it doesn't mean it's a dangerous magical source necessarily. So, if I had one hand on my wand and just look around, yeah, I'm going to do that. If you were attending Hogwarts, which pet would you choose to take with you? Either a cat, an owl, or a toad, and different breeds there. Well, I have a black cat. Well, I don't know why I'm pointing over here. She's not here. She's actually outside at the moment. And black cats have a strong connection with witches. But also an owl would be really cool because then you can send letters, but then you can just use the owls that are already at Hogwarts. Barn owls on this list, and barn owls are my favourite breed. The most beautiful owl. Oh, I just love barn owls so much. Not interested in getting a toad. So it'll either be a black cat, just so that I can be like on trend, or it will be a barn owl. I'm going to go for a barn owl because they're just so beautiful and I'd love to have my own owl. Quick fire questions now. Black or white? I'm going to go for white. Heads or tails? I always go for tails. Left or right? Well, again, I always go left because I'm left-handed, so I'm going to go for that. So my final results are Gryffindor, 24%, Ravenclaw, 26%, Hufflepuff, 42%, and Slytherin, 8%. Hufflepuff is right on top, which I'm so glad it is because I am a true Hufflepuff. I'm so glad about that. My second place is actually Ravenclaw, which I'm very surprised about because I've always seen my secondary house as being Gryffindor. I'm not like wisdomful or clever or anything like that to have Ravenclaw, but I know if I'm passionate about a subject, I want to learn all I can about it. I did win a Harry Potter quiz the other day, by the way, and 8% Slytherin. Well, I did say I always thought I was a little bit Slytherin, but I thought maybe a little bit more than that. I always thought Slytherin was my third house and Ravenclaw my fourth. But, you know, I'm not mad about that at all, actually. That has just proven it once again that I am a true Hufflepuff and proud of it. Why not let me know down in the comments if you have taken this quiz, what were your percentages, what is your house, and let me know what house you're in. I really hope you guys enjoyed the video despite it being so long. Please leave a like if you did. If you're new to my channel and you haven't already, then please don't forget to subscribe to join my little magical corner. I make videos every single week, so come and subscribe to join the fun. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will see you next time.